Here are some guidelines or instructions for the discussion with regards to chapter number 2. In question number 1 specifically, I'm looking for the 5 major points under the major components of strategic management process. So even if you want to take 1 or 2 of them and expand upon it, it's something that you may have taken in other courses, especially if you took an introduction to business course, and focus on the strategic aspect. Number 3, how are the projects linked to the strategic plan? I'm not going to explain it in detail at this point, but why are you as a student taking this course? How is that related to your strategic plan? Because you have a strategic plan, whether you realize it or not, whether you've written it down or not, the fact that you are in school tells me you have a strategy and you have a plan because you're here. Question number 5. Talk about some of the prioritization perhaps that you use, and how did you decide to go to school? Was it prompted from somebody else? Was it a desire you've had for a long time? Was it, I got nothing else to do? Did work say you need to add credentials? So in this particular case, just talk about the process, and also in this focus on the bottom up. How do people on the front lines initiate projects? Because when you start your work, you will be at the entry levels in your jobs, most likely. And how do you get projects that you think are valuable to get senior management buy-in? Number 7 is simply give the pluses and minuses of each of the 2 different models that are listed, the checklist model and the weighted factor model. You know, a couple of points on each is fine. The exercise on the hotel in Hawaii is one of my favorite exercises. Students really seem to like this one in the past. So take the 8 different projects and identify, are they a compliance project, a strategic project, or an operational? And I've had a lot of interesting discussions with this. There's no one set answer for this. I've had students just justify why you think it's a compliance or strategic or operational. I've had some students give me different answers than what are suggested, and they've had very good reasons for doing that. And I said, you know what, that's works. Calculate the payback. The formulas are in your book. So if we'll go through this in class, but it should hopefully be a fairly simple calculation. I will show you in Excel, and it is shown in your notes that I will share with you, how to calculate the net present value in Excel. We'll do it in Excel for question number 3. We'll also do the same thing for question number 4. I'll set it up in Excel, or at least share with you how to do it in Excel. So I'll share the answer key. So if you're depending on your Excel skills, 3 and 4 might be a bit of a challenge, but that's why we're doing this. And question number 7, you have a matrix, and simply calculate which projects are have the highest scoring. So again, we'll go through the math on that. You can do it in Excel or you can do it by hand. In this particular case, there are 5 projects and there's a few categories, and that might be a bit challenging to do by hand. So one of the things you might want to have prepared for is a spreadsheet, which you're welcome to share with each other. And I'll share with you the spreadsheet that's given to me, or at least the visual of it, and we'll discuss them and find out a ranking system. It's also a system you can use in your own personal life. So those are the instructions for chapter number 2.